This presentation is brought to you by the Electronic Motor Racing Network. We are a for-hire broadcaster. If you would like us to stream your league, contact DayPaulB661 on Discord, member number 1015. Thank you, and enjoy the race.
Hello and welcome to the American Sim Motor Racing League at Martinsville Speedway. You're listening to the Electronic Motor Racing Network. As always, my name is Jesse Rathbun, joined by Alan Bledsoe, producer and commentator, and Brody Tolstika. I don't know, I tried it. Tolstika, there it is. Sorry, Brody, I butchered that once again. Welcome, man. Good to have you here.
Yeah.
So here we are at Martinsville, guys, and we're going to run 200 laps here tonight. You're going to see a little bit of something here at the under caution. They're going to extend the caution a little bit. Had a little mishap with the sim and had to reload a session. So we're going to take the qualifying order from the previous session and then going to go ahead and reorder these trucks as we get rolling here. We've got about 30 seconds before they roll off the grid. So once we get that reordered, they will be under go green here for 200 laps. So as we get everybody joined in the session, looks like everybody's here, and we'll get them rolling in just a second. So Brody, go ahead and tell me what you're looking forward to tonight.
I'm looking forward to a bunch of hard racing. This is a short track with short tempers and everything, especially with these truck drivers. They race insanely hard, and especially since this is the last race until the championship race, it's pretty much like everything's on the line tonight.
Yeah, it absolutely is. Like you said, it's the race before the championship. So we have 4 drivers still eligible for the championship, and we are going to take a look at those drivers right now. So first we have the 998 of Tim Wilken, who is your points leader. And coming into this race, he has 2 wins on the season and is looking for more. So, and then we have Brendan Mathia, and that one machine is going to be starting on the pole and is going to be able to lead this field to green when we get lined up. And then right to his outside of pole is going to be Nick Burlow in the 88 machine. He's going to be starting on the outside pole, and then the 7 machine of Ed Hauck is going to be in P4. So right now you're seeing everybody drive down pit road here. They are checking to see where their pit stalls are, similar to what you would do in real life, but since they had to reset the sim, everybody's looking at their pit stalls to make sure they have they know where their pit stalls are, since where they qualified is not going to be where their pit stalls are. So they are lining up right now. You see the one of Brendan Mathia on pole, and then the 88 Nick Burlow on the outside. The 20 of Marquise Smith going to be on the inside second row. Then we are going to have to wait to see. I think Tim Wilken was in 4th place, but let's wait and see when he comes around. Well, they're not going back to when the caution came out. They're going to the original starting order. So the original starting order of the race, and they are clearing all black flags. They're going to just position everybody where they were at the start of the race here. So we're going to go, once they get everybody off pit road, looks like they have. They're going to extend this caution as everybody tries to pass the pace car to get back on the lead lap and to get to the end of the field here. So doing that, it puts everybody behind. And so unfortunately, these guys, Brody, that are in the back of the pack right here are going to have to push pretty hard to get to the... Actually, everybody, because even the leaders haven't caught the pace car yet. So everybody's still pushing a little harder, getting their tires and brakes and everything up to temp, Brody. So, everybody's going to be on equal playing foot here, having everything warmed up. How's that play an advantage for anybody?
It depends on how cold the tires are. If the tires are more heated up and everything, then they're going to run a little better than everyone else. But as of right now, I'm pretty sure it's just going to be the same as it would be on a normal start. Everyone's just going to be at around the same area on everything. So it should be matched up if everyone can meet up with everyone. But as you can see, Brian Tarnowski's a little behind, so
yep,
he could get a good start or he could get a bad start. But
yep, and it's showing green right here, but the whole field hadn't caught quite yet, so they're gonna come around and 1 to green. So all right, so they're doing 1 to green here, just to make sure the running order's correct. Also, those guys that that had to come around the... All right, so news already. The 5 has hit the wall already. Even taking green, running through. So that is unfortunate for him, but we are coming around. Pace car is off. Pace truck is off. And we are ready to get the green flag is underway in the Hauck Designs ASMR Truck Series for the second to final race. And the 1 does not get a great start here. The 88 much improved, and everybody's going to stay off the wall there. The 1 still battling. The 88 is able to get down, but slides high a little bit. And that is the 8 of Robert Honrada in the non-numbered car. So the 8 gets up into... Is that the 8? Okay, that's the 20. The 20 of Marquis Smith. And so he's going to slip into second place there. And everybody's going to try to settle in and log some laps as we got a 2-wide battle for 5th position back here. That's going to be the 8 of Honrada and the... I don't know who that is. And the 128 of Jake Anderson. Yeah, so Brody, what are you seeing here early?
Seeing hard racing really early, as you can see Jake Anderson and Robert Honrada making contact this early in the race. So that could be really bad for these guys' tires. They could lose these tires very early if you are racing this hard. And then there's going to be people that are going to try to outbrake someone else, and then they could possibly get too loose and send it into the wall. So it could be a major disadvantage with them in the long run by the end of the stage.
Absolutely, and a big deal here in the trucks is to save those tires, especially here at Martinsville. But something else you're going to see as you go through the corner, you see it already on the screen, the 1 running a little bit higher line through the corner as the 20 of Marquis Smith is kind of diamonding a little bit, enters high, hits the bottom in the middle, and then kind of rolls up a little bit higher off the corner. So taking a little wider radius through the corner, the 1 is up a lane and able to maintain that gap, gets a good run off the top of the track, and able to pull that gap. You see the 20 close in just a little bit, just quite a bit on entry there, but the 1 is going to drive away, at least a car length, but that car length closes every time they enter the corner, Brody.
It looks like Brendan Mathia is doing better than Marquis Smith when it comes to straightaways, but on the turns, Marquis Smith is just catching up with Brendan Mathia pretty much the entire time. It's just, you guys tell, Marquis Smith is already frustrated that he's trying to pass Brendan Mathia, but he's just not able to get that speed on the straightaways to be able to do it. And
Right,
there
and
is a
so
caution
is out.
already.
As the 7 and the 5 are
And-
slow on the track.
Yeah,
That's gonna be Ed
teammates
Hauck.
getting into each other.
Yeah, the 7
and
truck
yeah.
there's. Yeah, he's trying to see if there's any significant damage. That's a sensitive part of the truck in these sims. As he spins again. Oh, that's a replay. Okay, I was like, oh my goodness. So yeah, you saw him just break loose.
It looked like, as you could tell in the replay, he had a lot of damage on that right side already. So that must mean that he hit the wall already, and then just had too much gas in it coming out of the turn, and then collected his teammate with him.
Yeah, nowhere to go for the 5 truck as he just wasn't able to get woed up fast enough. And that's a very sensitive part for the 7 truck. It's I think they've got a fast repair in here, so definitely going to be using that because if you hit the nose like that, that's definitely engine damage. And so both of those guys going to use a fast repair early in the race.
This is something you don't. Actually, yeah, it looks like Brian Tarnowski's not going to use a fast repair here. As you can see, he's on the pit. He's still in pit road. Normally, he would already be done. So, looks like he's going to try to play it differently, and he will not be taking a fast repair.
Yeah, and you got to wonder if that's the right strategy here. I mean, hopefully he's hoping guys either fall out of the race or he's going to be able to get that lap back with other cautions. But if he loses another lap, that could be hard to come back from. So
Brian Tarnowski just hasn't had the best luck already this race. Already reportedly hitting the wall on caution lap and then getting involved in a crash with his teammate. That's just something you don't want to see coming in this early in the race. I mean, it was only about lap 10 whenever that happened, so it makes sense why he didn't take the fast repair, but sometimes it's better taking the fast repair, especially at a short track like this, because you can easily get lapped 1 or 2 times during caution if the damage is that bad.
And especially with, you got 2 in the bag here. You got 2 to last you, so interesting that he didn't elect to choose one there. So race control coming on, confirming that stage caution still going to be around lap 60. So we will have a stage break there. And again, these guys are racing for wins, but they're also racing for those points. An important point's going to be paid out to the top. Do they do top 5 or top 10 here, Brody?
I am top 10.
So
they do top 10.
So top 10 going to get stage points here.
Stage points.
As we are 1 to green, going to go back racing this lap as Brendan Mathia out front of Marquise Smith right now. These guys looking. And so pace truck is off, and here we go. Marquise takes off. Or Brendan Mathia takes off. Yeah, that's going to give Marquise clear into 1, and he's going to take the position in the 88. There's a crash in the back.
We got a wreck on turn 1.
That's going to be the 33, and caution is out.
And maybe Brian Tarnowski again, but I don't see any additional damage.
Yeah, I just saw him spinning, and they kind of backed it into the wall. It looks like
Right here, the replay.
Yeah, who was that got underneath him?
Looks like...
Hard to tell from that angle.
10 car.
Chris Bates got under him right there. And then almost took the 77 with them, but managed to get no damage from the wall or the 77.
Yeah, it looks like to me the 10 was there, and maybe the 33 didn't know. Or the 99. I'm going to call him the 99 since that's what the viewers are seeing here. So the 99 gets in, did not know the 10 was there. Everybody else skates through with no damage. I don't even know that the 99 hit the wall. Maybe just... 99
did not hit the wall.
He didn't, okay. So
yeah,
good job of him to lock it down.
All that damage was just from the 10 hitting the back of the car. And if you're the 77, you are just going crazy right now because, I mean, almost getting involved in that wreck from the 99 going up in the wall He pretty much just had nowhere to go, but I mean the 99 was able to hit the brakes hard enough to make sure that he didn't hit that wall.
Yeah, so important to know, both of those guys going to get an EOL from being involved in that incident. So the 10's going to lose all that track position, was running in 9th position, going to drop all the way back to the end of the field with the 99 of Jesse Hedges.
10 car is just 10 truck, is just another guy that hasn't had the best luck. Even though he is in the playoffs, he's just not been having the best of luck from what I've seen from the past races that I've watched recently. It looks like just him and Brian Tarnowski have just had some pretty bad luck throughout the times that I've watched them.
Yeah, so Chris Bates has 1 pole on the season, and it looks like he's got 1 top 5 and 2 top 10s, and has led 4 laps on the season. So, and definitely, I mean, he is in the Final 4, so we can't say that is a lost season by any means, but
yeah,
certainly not what he's been looking for. Okay, so he's one. Okay, so he's one of the chase drivers, but still not getting that elusive win that's so hard to get in this series.
Yeah, one thing I just want to talk about real quick, Jesse, with the number 20, it looks like he does have a number on it. It's just really hard to see. It's really small towards the front of the truck. It's really hard to see, but it is one of the logos on the side. Yeah.
Oh, I see it now. Yeah, it's hard, very hard to see.
It is
I'll
really
talk
hard
about
to see.
moving the number forward. That's definitely moving it forward. And we're back under green. It looks like the 20 of Marquis Smith. Yeah, you see the number there. He's going to get a good jump. That's going to bring the 88 Nick Burlow through as well. And the 1 truck wondering, can I get down after this 88? I don't want to go from the lead to 3rd place. Chooses not to. Gets in hot. Maybe a little wheel hop there, guys.
Yeah.
Yeah, up into the marbles. The tires are not going to like this corner. Needs to be patient just to wear those off as he gets going. And now he's in the wall.
And we've got a
and
caution.
The caution is out.
Got a caution.
The 90's around. So, unfortunate for the 1, but he's going to get a caution. That's going to prevent some pretty major damage there. He's going to have the chance to come down pit road. So the 90, that is Carlos Ramos. That's kind of fun to say. He's unfortunately been involved in that accident. So let's go back and take a look what happened here. Looks like he's got left rear damage.
It looked like another incident that happened on turn 1 and 2.
Wheel hop. Just wheel hopped it into turn whatever that is. Turn 1. He gets in there hot, has too much rear brake dialed in, and locks him up just a little bit to stay off the 7, it looked like, and that spun him around.
I don't know if he got the damage from there. As you can tell from the chase view, he has damage.
Good wreck avoidance by the rest of the field, too.
Absolutely good wreck avoidance by everybody else. So it looks like, I would say that damage probably came from a little bump and run that, because you can bump and run in these cars. However, it takes a lot to move somebody. So you really have to get into them pretty hard to get them up out of the groove because you're going so slow, Brody. As we've got the 5 getting the wave around here, going to get back on the lead lap. So able to save that fast repair and get back on the lead lap. So he's coming. The 5 is coming back down pit road, but I don't know. I would have almost caught back up to the end of the field because he's going to be almost a lap down again. I wonder if he's getting that fast repair this time or.
I want to say about this, Brendan Mathia did not take that fast repair. It probably is not significant damage, but it surely does look like it, from at least from the outside of the truck, and it looks like he's going to go back into the pits here.
Well, I'm thinking
hit
what
that
he
hard,
may...
it would be. Sorry, go ahead, Alan.
I'm thinking that what he may have done was he went down pit road to see how much damage he had and how much time it would take to repair. And I think that when he saw that how much it was, he just decided to leave pit road and go back down to collect his fast repair.
Looks like he rubbed the wall a little bit there on going into the pits there too. You could see the truck hopping up a little bit.
Yeah, and he must be doing what you said, Alan. But again, another guy that needs to have a good run here and started behind the 8-ball, choosing not to take a fast repair as we're 25 laps into this 200-lap race.
Yeah, he didn't.
We're an eighth of the way through, and we've got two drivers looking for a good night. Both of them have significant damage already. Neither willing to take a fast repair yet. Probably smart, guys, to be honest with you, right? We questioned it, but
this track is that kind of track where you're not going to be involved in just one incident. You're going to be involved in multiple of them. So it's definitely a good idea to not take a fast repair right now. Just try to do up all the optional repairs that you can do. And
here we are going green as the 20 takes off. Sorry to interrupt you there, Brody. We'll get back to those thoughts in a second, as the 88 is going to be able to clear down from second place as he gets in front of the 128 of Jake Anderson. And then right behind them in fourth place is going to be the 998 of Tim Wilken, making a good run here tonight, able to keep his nose clean through the first eighth of this race. And right behind him, we've got a battle between the 8 of Robert Hunrada and the 77 of John Timms involved in that. He hit the wall earlier, as we saw. And the 8's going to make the better of it, as you got the 7 going deep. Ed Hauck trying to make his way forward. One of those chase drivers. Not going to be able to make it happen off the corner, Brody. You get such a big run off the corner, man. What can the 7 do to get around anybody here? What can anybody do?
He's just got to try to intimidate the driver. That's what I would try to do, is just try to intimidate them. Show that you're coming in hot and you're trying to pass the guy, and just try to intimidate him a little bit, just so either the person that he's trying to pass can go out of the way and let him pass him, or he's just going to stop paying attention to the front of the car and pay attention to the back, and then potentially get involved in that. But with this kind of track, it is very easy to lift up a lane. So as I saw there, as he was trying to pass the 14, he did let off a little bit just so he didn't go up into the 14 there, which was very smart, but it did make him lose a lot of time on the 14.
Absolutely. And coming to the front, the 998, Tim Wilken, fast driver, able to get by the 8 of Robert Hunrada and the 128 of Jake Anderson. While we were explaining how to make a pass, and you see the 8 going, trying to just show the 128 the nose. Hey, I'm here. Just want to put my nose in your mirror, just like Brody was talking about, to knock, knock. Let me come in. Let me go through. You might get a bump. Oh, he's close trying to get a bump. Not there, but could he get a run into this next corner? Not going to have it unless he wants to dive bomb, and they get on the brakes, and he locks up the rear tires, keeps it going, no caution, looking at everybody behind him. Everybody makes it through, but that's going to lose track position. He's going to pull over and let some guys go if they want to. 14 elects not to. 7 says, I'll take it. The 99 on his outside now, and he might get position. It looks like, just in real life, we watched the Cup, Truck, and Xfinity race this past weekend at Martinsville in real life, and these guys get underneath somebody as there's a crash on the front stretch.
Looks like
the 77. And caution has not come out. Caution is not out. So they're holding the caution flag there, want to get some green flag racing in. Again, this is not an iRacing controlled caution system in the ASMR series. It is I hit the curb.
If it's a one-car incident and it's just a simple spin out, then they're not going to throw out that caution because they want this thing to go green as long as it possibly can.
Right. Yeah. The 7 bounced off the curb just a little bit back in the pack, got up the track and into the wall.
I want to talk about the incident with the 8. As you can tell, Ed Hauck is behind the 14 now, but whenever Ed Hauck saw that happening, he just tried to go to the opposite part that the 14 was going in, just so he could pass them. But as you can see, the 14 was able to get that position back. But the 14, you could tell he was obviously mad because the 8 did kind of get in front of him whenever he was going back up on the track, and he had to check up twice, actually, which made him really far behind.
Yeah,
So
made him lose those positions. Yeah, losing those positions there, it looked like the 8, when he did lock up those brakes, was able to correct it, but you're right, he did pull down. But I think he was trying to pull out of the way, and the 14 just kind of chose the wrong lane or got stuck in the wrong lane, which is something that happens here at Martinsville. I'm sure he's going to be frustrated by that, but, unfortunate there that he did lose those positions. But as you said, the 14 has made the pass, and the 7 continues to truck as he hit that curb and hit the wall. It looks like another truck just hit the wall. That's the 90 in the wall again. And the 7 gets the curb. Oh, good save. That's not going to make the 90 happy.
Oh.
Yeah, I mean, Ed just clipped that curb, and it's easy to do when you're racing for inches here at Martinsville, but just got that curb bounced up a little bit and got into the 90 truck of Carlos Ramos. And unfortunately, Ramos got it up into the wall and bounced off of it and has a little more damage, but we've seen damaged trucks not have much of a problem out here. Even the 99 truck has... Where is the 99 truck? Or the 33? Oh, he's... Arnowski just went a second lap down, so the 99 is actually back up to 5th place. So he had that spin, had a little bit of damage, and is able to come back. Now, Brian is not as fast as the 99, even with a full-bodied car, so he's out there with a damaged race car with a little bit down on speed already, so that's why he's, his truck's more affected by the damage, I think. But, Brian comes out here and he does really good. He does his best. He's made leaps and bounds improvement, and there's nothing but upside for that guy. So we see him go a second lap down. 88 gets by him as well. 88 currently running in second position. That's Nick Burlow doing a great job here tonight. And we're going back to that battle between the 8 and the 99, as the 8 still trying to work around him for that 4th position, or 5th position. And Brody, talk about how difficult it is to remain patient when you know you're faster than somebody. As the 8 gets underneath the 99, you know you're faster than somebody, but you just can't make the pass because you gain inches at Martinsville.
Yeah, this kind of track, there's pretty much only one lane that is fast, and that is the inside lane on the turns, or somewhat the middle lane, depending on where you are. And if you're behind someone and you're trying to pass them, but he uses the inside lane as well, then that just pretty much just holds you back pretty much that entire time, and that can easily make you frustrated and make you lose your patience. And in NASCAR, we've seen that happen plenty of times, and like with Denny Hamlin and Chase Elliott, sometimes they'll might as well just send you in and then just forget about it.
Absolutely. So, and here we are. We're approaching lap 50. We're on lap 49 here. Only 11 laps away from the stage break here in the ASMR Truck Series. So, a big battle for points brewing here in the 9th, 10th, 11th position, as Ed Hauck in the 7 currently holds 9th. He's a chase driver, the 91 of Patrick Coro in 10th, and Chris Bates in the 10 in 11th. So those guys battling for critical chase points here, 9, 10, and 11th in position. So going to be critical for that 10 to get by and try to make it on points here, get as many as possible, as he is one out currently.
Like,
well, let's run through the field real quick as we're going to go through the field here presented by eMRN. And it's going to be the 20 of Marquise Smith out front. Led a lot of this race already. Has a fast truck. Then right behind him is Nick Barlow in the 88 machine, that Charlotte machine. He's a tender of that University there, just got in last year, so freshman this year. They're doing great here in P2. Just behind him is going to be the 998 of Tim Wilken. We know he's fast. He has a lot of wins on the season, has recently gotten those 2 wins, and put himself in prime position to carry this chase all the way to the championship. And then behind him in 4th position, the 128, Mr. Jake Anderson. Working over the 5 right here as 2 laps down. Overstreet Motorsports looking good on that Chevrolet. And then we got the 8 of Robert Hunrada rounding out the top 5, trying to chase down his good buddy, the 128, Jake Anderson. So Hunrada doing a great job.
And then in 6th place, we got Jesse Hedges in the 33, but is shown as the 99. And then in 7th, we have Douglas Argabright. And then in 8th place, we have pole sitter Brendan Mathia, who hasn't had a good day so far. And then in 9th place, we have Ed Hauck. And then 10th place is Chris Bates.
Yeah, and you see Chris Bates has worked his way around the 91 of Patrick Coro. And then the 77, John Timms, right there in 12th position. Carlos Ramos, in a couple of incidents already today in that 90 truck, has quite a bit of damage. Going to look for the competition caution to get some damage fixed. He's the last car on the lead lap with the leader coming up fairly quickly on him. So he's looking forward to this competition caution, which is going to save him that lap. Then Brian Tarnowski, 2 laps down, rounds out your field, and then we are back up front to the 20 machine, who is just crossed the line for lap 58. So a couple more laps, and we're going to see this competition caution, guys. Fixed setups here, no setup changes, but you can have a little mental break from this mentally taxing track.
This track, it's very, very, very hard to get used to. It's almost different every lap, and with how fast Marquise is, it's just very surprising that he's able to keep up that much of a gap on Nicholas Burlow. But there are a lot of people who are decent at this track or very good at this track, and then there's just people that pretty much hate this track pretty much because it's so much.
As you see the 20, and there's the caution flag. So the 20 has crossed the line, and the caution has come out after the top 10. And the 128 stopped on the track in pit road. Did he tow, or is he just over the race? I mean,
he definitely did wreck. I don't know if that's going to be the stage caution early, but yeah. Got the 14.
That was the stage caution. All he had to do was limp it around there. Unfortunate for him. I mean, Jake, he has removed himself from the track, still showing on pit road. So after that towing, might be able to get into the race as we've got pit stops happening here. So again, we had to reset this session so these drivers are not pitted where they qualified. See if anybody's out here is going to miss pit road or their pit box.
Oh, and you see Marquise just barely rubbed that wall right there. And here they are. Looks like they all are going to take tires here, at least for the top 3.
Yeah, and something that's going to come into play here for the Lucky Dog is Jake Anderson was the first car lap down at the time of caution. So Brian Tarnowski is actually not going to get one of his lap back like he was expecting to. Now, Race Control is checking on that to see if they're going to grant him that outside of iRacing's control, since
Racing decided to give him that lap
looks
back.
like no, they are not. It sounds like he got the
Looks like Tarnowski.
No, he's not. He's got a pit. Yeah, no. They're saying that he got contact from one of the drivers that was passing him at the time of caution. It sounds like it was his teammate that gave him the little bump and run there. It must have given him the bump and run or a little contact right before that caution. So now he's not eligible for the wave around.
So guys, for reference, and I'm chiming in here, for reference, the 7 and the 5 have had contact at, they had contact multiple times at Nashville, and with about 5 laps to go, Ed Hauck was leading the race on fuel strategy, and he got into his teammate, and they both wrecked, and it lost Ed the race. So,
oh man,
it's a big deal. Like those two are accidentally just they run each other over, and it's completely unintentional on both parties, but they have these magnets in their cars, it seems like.
Well, and what I think happens, I have this happen with one of my teammates too. You get around your teammate and you're so comfortable with them, and I guarantee you there's no bad blood between the 5 and the 7. Those guys are great friends outside of iRacing, definitely in Ray Racing. As we're coming back to the green, pace truck is off. 20 of Marquis Smith leading the field down, and the 88 Nick Burlow, 998 Tim Wilkins, in the 99 of Jesse Hedges. And the 20 gets a good jump here as the 88 is going to fall into second. He's able to get down and get clear to the 998, but Tim Wilken coming to the front, as is the 99 of Jesse Hedges.
It looked like Nicholas Burlow was getting in he wasn't staying too far behind Marquise, but looks like now that there's a pretty decent gap on them.
Yeah, and we're looking a little farther back at the 7 truck. Just going to finish up that story there. Those guys, great friends off the racetrack, but you race your teammates harder because you're more comfortable and you know they're not going to be as mad if you get in a wreck with them. So we've got some trucks getting some lane change violations here and just getting some warnings at this point. So the 20 has a warning, and I missed who got that warning, but somebody else getting a warning there on the restart to not change lanes before that start-finish line.
And one thing I want to point out here is that the 128 of Jake Anderson is still in pit road.
Yeah, he is. You're right. So obviously not fixing that damage. Don't know if he's just hanging out, going to spot for somebody, or if he's just waiting for actual damage to get repaired. And it looks like the 88 is under some intense pressure from the 998 and trying not to let him by at this point. And he's gained a little bit of gap, but he is definitely slower through the middle of the corner. And eventually, you know, we talked about this track being a game of inches. Eventually, that 998 is going to close that gap, and you see him a big run here off the corner. Going to send that nose down there, just say, hey, I'm here, I'm faster than you. So you might consider just letting me by, or I might have to give you a little bump. So those guys both in the chase here still, and those points are important. And speaking of points, I believe all of those drivers that were battling back there at 9th, 10th, 11th, that's Chris Beatty, Patrick Coro, and Ed Hauck, all got points because of that 128 spin. So that's a big break for those guys. And then here up at the front, we've got the 998 and the 88, also chase drivers, able to hang on to the lead, or not to the lead, but up here in the lead pack, as there's a pretty big gap between them and the 20, as who's leading, and then a pretty big gap back there to the 1 and the 14, who are side by side for position, back for 5th place. Looks like the 14 is going to get that position on the outside back here. And he's able to make his way past, so definitely one of the faster guys in this second pack, as the 8 gets just a touch from the 77 back a little bit off of that corner looking underneath, and just came up a little bit and got a little bit loose. So no harm, no foul there. No contact with anything else, as we've got the 1 who started on pole, guys, and has just fallen back ever since that contact. Brody, when is the time to take that fast repair?
Say sometime towards the end, if there's a caution with about 40 to 30 to 20 laps. If it's around that range, then I think that's when he should take that faster pair if other people are pitting. But if no one else is pitting, then it might be really hard to judge when he wants to go in there and take that faster pair, because you'll be in the back of the pack with a fresh car, and then you'd have to go past the entire field again and then possibly damage your car.
Yeah, absolutely. And I'm just looking at the leaderboard here, and I saw the 998 has gotten passed by the 99 of Jesse Hedges, and I believe it may have been getting into the curb a little bit because he was extremely slow off one of those corners, and either that or he pulled over and said, you go try to get by that 88 truck. But the lap before that, I mean, he was a tenth of a second faster than the 88, and then that lap that he got on the curb was, about 2/10 slower. So currently he is a tenth of a second faster than the 99 truck in front of him of Jesse Hedges. That's Tim Wilkins that we're speaking of. And then he's also faster than the 88 of Nick Burlow. And our leader, Marquise Smith, in that clean air with no trucks in front of him, that clean track there, he is 0.3 of a second faster than the next fastest truck. There's a caution out again.
The 91 Patrick Toro.
Up high, and he did get lapped there, so we'll have to go back and see what happened. It's that wheel hop again. Just got too much rear brake in this car, and it's so easy to do. You put that brake in the back of the truck so that it doesn't heat up the front tires as much, especially this hard of braking, because when you heat up that right front, it builds that pressure, and it just makes it super tight. So when you turn that brake bias to the rear of the truck, it's going to slow the truck better in a straight line, and you're going to be able to get in there. But the risk you take when doing it, if you move it too far back, you'll do exactly what we've seen these guys do here, and wheel hop in there and then self-spin. Because once it starts wheel hopping, Brody, it's really hard to get off the brakes.
Yeah, one thing I want to point out is that is the third spin on that exact part of the turn, which is insane pretty much, because we're not even halfway through the race, and we've had people spin at the exact same part of the track.
Yeah, and while we have a quick second, let's see if anybody's coming to pit road. They are not. Let's grab Nick Burlow and see if he's willing to talk to us. Hey, Nick, it's the guys up in the booth, Jesse, Alan, Brody. How you doing out there, man? Holding on to P2 right now. Doing a great job.
Trying to, man. I'm not the greatest at this track. I'm just trying to defend it and keep it smooth. This is one of my least favorite tracks, to be honest. I'm surprised I'm up here. I expect to be mid-pack, but if these guys get past me, they're gone. That's for sure. But I'm happy to be where I'm at right now. That's for sure.
Yeah, they've been heating up your bumper here. And you've been doing a good job of looking in the rearview mirror there to keep everybody behind you. But are you afraid at some point when they get to you, they lay it to you and spin you around?
I'm not really thinking it'll happen right now. At least I wouldn't expect it to happen right now. I mean, towards the end of the race, I would think so. But we'll see. I don't really have much experience with the guy in third, so I don't know how he races. So we'll see how that goes, but I know the other guys around me, I don't think they would move someone with over 100 laps to go, but unless it was like the final race, but it's not, so I wouldn't expect it now, maybe later, but we'll see.
All right. Well, good luck the rest of the way, Nick. You're doing a great job.
All right, appreciate it. Have a good one.
All right, so that's Nick Burlow up here, and it sounds like, who is it?
Marquise Smith.
All right, so we're going to get Marquise in real quick as we're... I'm going to try to get Marquise in. I am not able to pull him. I am just able to give rolls. Oh, nope, that's invite to server. So, yeah, unfortunately, not able to invite everybody. Because they are... That is weird. I am only able to invite some people. I'm not able to invite anybody that's in that group, but I can invite anybody else to the broadcast booth besides the MPN drivers. And I don't see... There are no admins on here to request that access. So yeah, we are under caution. So let's go back and see that. That is going to make the 33 not happy. Or did he spin the tires? No, the 990 spun the tires. Oh my goodness, collected the 14.
14 flipping. He had
Tim Wilken spun the tires coming to green and hooked the 99.
trying to talk to
That is unfortunate. And the 1 got significant damage too.
the 7. The 7 ran straight into the 14 and made the 14 flip. I was trying to talk to Marquis Smith, trying to tell him we've having some technical difficulties, and then the 14 just said that he's flipping. So, didn't know what happened there. Until I come back in here, then see that we had a major wreck, and the 998's got a lot of damage.
Yeah, and that's unfortunate because Ed is one that did choose to get that fast repair. So now he's going to possibly be forced to use another one. And all the
Douglas,
reason,
both of them.
and all of the reason why, those other guys chose not to is the 998 is given an EOL for spinning the tires there. Fortunate for him, he'd made his way up. I think he qualified in 4th position, was trying to get up to 3rd there. So in the meantime, the 77 of John Timms was able to get around the 88. Where did the 88 go? Nick Burlow's back in 9th position.
Yeah, Nick Burrow went into the went in the pits while we were talking. Unsure why he went to the pits, but
just getting on a different cycle than these guys. Gets those fresh tires on there. He did take 4 tires. It looks like the 1, the 10, the 91 all also came down pit road, but they only took either right sides or fuel only.
Are we able
or just a fast repair only?
Are we able to get a in-car camera of one of the drivers of the incident that happened, just to see what happened from their point of view?
Yeah, let's get on the 7 since he's the one, the 7 truck, since he's the one that kind of came in there and flipped to the 14. If we can go back to that real quick. It looks like we're going to get on to green this lap, so I think we'll be okay. Let's go back one more and get in that cockpit view. So here we are, we're coming to the green flag. You see everybody take off, everything's good. And then you see something, you go, look, where's he going to go? I mean, he's on the brakes, it's just, he actually drove through the 14 and through the 99 truck. So
it was somewhat of a netcode issue, but it still made the 14 go flying in the air, so.
Well, and he must have got netcode damage because he does not have any additional damage to the front of that truck. And it's actually going to restart in P5. So he did get an EOL, but everybody came to pit road as the green flag is back out. Marquis Smith takes off.
It looked like the 7 of Ed Hauck did not have a good start there.
And I apologize. I said he got an EOL. He did not. Tim Wilken is the only one that got an EOL involved in that incident. So, not sure why, since he was involved in the wreck, but apparently.
The 8 of Robert Hanrada is just trying to pass Carlos right here, but just not getting. He's not able to get in that angle just to be on the inside. But it looks like he's just gonna try to do that.
Sounds like the 5 and the 91 getting black flagged here for changing lanes. Either that or they've got a warning this time. Change lanes. Both of them were at the back of the field here, so not sure exactly what happened, but so it looks like the 8 is still working underneath the 90 truck here, trying to trying his hardest to get by.
If we can get a camera on Mr. Patrick Coro on here right now, I want to talk about something with him. It was announced today at 6 p.m. that he'll be writing the name Evan White on his passenger side of the car door in memory of his buddy who passed away from colon cancer last week.
Such a sad story there. He's got Evan on the side of that truck. Hopefully he put it on this paint scheme for us to view. You know, we're thinking about Patrick and the loss that he had, as well as Evan's family there. Definitely sad thing. Cancer sucks. Brian Tarnowski, if we want to put a camera on him real quick. Brian Tarnowski also going through cancer issues of his own. His wife has cancer and has been battling it for about a year now. And Brian hence the paint scheme. And Brian actually found out, his family found out this week that they're going to cease cancer treatment at this time. So no more chemo for her, which is obviously not what you want as a patient going through chemo, or a family member supporting a family member going through that. And so Brian out here fighting for her tonight. So he hasn't had the truck he's wanted underneath him, but he's out here racing, giving it his all as she's tuning in, watching the podcast. So we're thinking about you. We're praying for you, buddy, and your wife, and we're just keeping you in our thoughts and prayers right now. So he's been a team of F cancer, so we want to keep those guys in our thoughts and prayers. Yeah, go ahead, Brody.
He's been riding something that's had at least something about cancer on his truck pretty much every week. Oh, and contact. Sorry about that, but Brian Tarnowski. Yeah, Cora making contact with Brian Tarnowski, but Brian, it's almost every week he's been running something on the car just for his wife, pretty much, and I can somewhat relate to that, with knowing people that have passed away from cancer from a few years ago or just recently, and my mother being diagnosed with MS, so I made sure that I can run something that supports her in it. So whenever I run a truck race, I always have her name on the passenger side of the car just to show her that I'm fighting for her as well. And I'm still trying to get a win, and once I get that win, she'll be finishing that race before me.
Absolutely. And we got the 90 truck up into the wall here, just got loose off the corner and got into the wall and lost all that track position. Pretty big contact for Carlos. And we are with 95 to go here, so we are going to step away, get a little water, get a little refreshments, do some 4 tires and fuel for the broadcast team. And we will be right back after these breaks. So we're actually going to go side by side for you guys, so you're not going to miss a thing in the race. So that is only on the Electronic Motor Racing Network that you're getting that. So, and we will be right back.
This presentation is brought to you by the Electronic Motor Racing Network. We are a for-hire broadcaster. If you would like us to stream your league, contact DayPaulB661 on Discord, member number 1015. Thank you, and enjoy the race.
And we are back at the ASMR Truck Series and on the Electronic Motor Racing Network. And you see we are under caution. We've got trucks on pit road. We are working to find out what the caution is for. But in the meantime, we've got everybody on the lead lap on pit road and looking to capitalize on this caution with only 88 to go. We're going to be trying to find...
It looks like pretty much everyone that we have an angle on is taking tires right now, so another pit cycle that involves tires.
Yeah, absolutely, and I'm not sure what the tire limit here is. It does not say... Oh, 4 tires for the race. So that is going to be... They're going to have one set laying in the pits left. So you have the tires you start on. Everybody's taking 2 sets. And it looks like Chris Burlow is going to come out with... he took 14 seconds of fuel, but no tires.
Chris Bates up there with Nicholas Burlow in second.
Yeah, as you said, Chris Bates out front with 29 lap-old tires. And we still are unsure what happened to cause the caution here, but as we're getting them reset with 1 to go, I have sent a message to somebody, but unfortunately they are in the race, so they're getting back to me, and I did not even think about that. Is Brendan Benedict anywhere? We do not see
No,
him.
he is not.
So let's see. We'll try to get Brandon a message here and see what that was, even though it's not going to be relevant in a couple of laps. So we were going to reset the field here. Let's go back up to the leader. That's going to be the 10. Knows that the 10 is Chris Bates, going to be on the front row. Just sent a message over the old waves that he's going to try to get out of the way, but there's going to be a lot of drivers on fresh tires here, so he's got to be careful not to spin the tires, Brody. We just saw that happen. So the pace truck is off because you guys are looking down from the Goodyear blimp. Chris Bates on the inside on old tires in that 20 machine. Or I'm sorry, in that 10 machine. And he gets a good restart. It looks like whoever was in 4th. Yeah, John Timms spun the tires. He also took fuel only. So a lot of fuel only calls. Nick Burlow, another one on fuel only stop. As the 20 gets into the 10 truck. It's going to stack him up because he didn't spin cleanly, so... And that's a chase driver right there that just got taken out.
Hey. Oh, and it gets involved with the 7. And the 77 in there as well. And the 90.
Wow.
That was the big one at Martinsville for sure.
What
wow.
happened to him?
I was going to say that the 5 almost turned the 7. But, yeah. I don't know if the 10 just didn't know he was there, or if he just... I don't even know. And then
let's see what happens here. I mean... The 98 trying to make room.
Yeah, it looks like right there that the 10 just went too low.
So the 998 sees a gap here and he gasses up. The 88 was not. Did the 88 hit?
The 88 did hit.
Oh, and the 90 almost made it through without it until he got clipped right there. So, oh my goodness, yeah, the whole field.
That was the
What about
whole
Tarnowski?
field.
What about the 5? Let's see if the 5 got involved. Let's go back to him.
Back to the 5.
77 didn't get a good restart.
Spun the tires, and that stacks him up. But that's not where
That wasn't where
original
it
crash
happened. Where it happened was going into turn 3, where the
And right
20
here.
hit the 10.
The 5
Arnowski
did not get
avoided
damaged.
that.
The 14 also avoided it so
There's
far.
those guys wrecking in front of him.
Just stop, guys! Stop! Stop!
Wow.
All right, well, the 14 and the 5 both get through that.
Yeah, and the
Heads up driving. And the 33, the 99 also makes it through. It looks like with no damage. So a big wreck here at Martinsville. Yeah, go ahead, Brody.
3 or 4 people did not get involved in that, which is something very rare, but it's very common at this track because it's so small that it is very easy to have a wreck to involve just 3 people and take up the entire track.
Yeah, you're right. Not uncommon to see it, but it is
Oh,
uncommon
and
to see
the
this right here.
998 got the hit there by the 20 car after
20
the crash.
hit. The 20 hit 2 people. He hit the 10 and then hit the 998, which caused both of
Playoff
the
contenders.
Yeah,
Well, I
which
just
caused
wonder.
both of the incidents.
I don't know. I'm just wondering if the 20 wasn't expecting the 998 to be out there because he's under caution, and then there's a truck outside of him, and he doesn't know, doesn't expect it. Not an excuse, just a question I would like to ask if he makes it onto the podium here, and we're able to get an interview with him because. Yeah, obviously 2 chase drivers, and you don't want to be the guy that does that. But at the same time, you kind of have to. You can't know where everybody is all the time in these trucks. Unfortunately, with the spotters iRacing has, is we're back under green,
Oh,
and the 998 is your leader. So although he got wrecked, it was after the caution. So
Second
he's not
place
going to
in
be
points.
as upset.
out of the
Field's
race.
just all messed up right now.
And the 998 restart violation warning for him restarted too early.
Looks
For the
like
admin's
Brendan.
liking.
Sorry for interrupting you, Jesse, but it looks like Brendan Mathia is out of the race. And a major issue with the field was that Ryan Tarnowski was not caught up with the field, at least what it looks like, as the 90 almost makes contact with the 998.
Yeah, and he's able to get by there. He scoots by for the lead of the race and is going to try to hold on to it. Here's
When
there's 2
there's 7.
people way up by the 7 car, or the 7 truck.
Ed Hauck got involved with someone. I think it was the 77, and he has damage on the left side.
And the caution's out again,
Oh.
the 998.
The 998 again. Did he spin out? Take a look.
Oh, wait till you see this here.
So that was that incident there, and then go back to the 998.
Yeah, the 99.
Yeah, got hit by the 33 or the 99 as it's shown on iRacing of Jesse. And
Yeah, these guys both just got EOLs for aggressive driving here. Obviously, you want to have some clean racing, and I'm sure the 998's going to not agree with that as he's the one that got wrecked. But he lost a lot of track position already, and now he's got to go to the back of the field. And who's that help right there? Brian Tarnowski getting the lucky dog. That is going to put him back on the lead lap. And I think now you have to take that fast repair, don't you? I mean, if you're Brian, you
yeah,
got to get as much fixed as you can.
I would say if the damage is, which actually is severe, is making him slower, I would say that once he is able to pit, which will be next time he comes around, because of the way that the lucky dogs work, he should definitely pit for that fast repair just so he can catch, just so he's up to speed with the rest of the pack and doesn't get lapped again. And it looks like he
He's on
actually
pit
will
road
pit.
now. Yeah. And so let's see if we can't get somebody up here in the booth to chat with us. Let's try to get. Oh, I put him in the wrong room. Oops. Sorry, Robert.
That is the
Sorry,
second time
Robert.
I've got this.
I dropped you in the wrong room there, buddy. Yeah, having a good race, and you end up getting in a crash there after the caution's out. Tell us what you saw.
I just saw the 20 and the 10 get into it in front of me. I just got hard on the brakes, and then I I really don't know who hit me. Don't know what started it. All I know is I was going fine. I was like, oh yeah, I'm getting the lead out of this. Then kabam, gone.
Yeah,
I don't know what
yeah.
happened.
Or bam happens, and it looked like it was actually the 998 going on the outside, and 20 clipped him off the corner, which hooked you and caused that wreck there. So you got the 20 behind you, and it looks like the 10 in front of you here. So you got the 10, a chase driver in front of you, who's also going to be the 888. So you're going to be behind the 888 here. Do you race them any different, or are you just kind of going for broke here at Martinsville?
I raced a 10 different because he's my teammate. I know he needs the points, but 88. I mean, it's been boys have at it this whole race. I mean, it's just a junkyard, so see what happens.
That is true. It has been that. So we'll get you back down into BRM so that you can continue the race. Good luck, buddy.
Thank you.
All right, that's Robert Honrada in the 8 car. So currently sitting in 7th position after all that mayhem, as the pace truck is off, and we are waiting. And he goes late in the restart zone, and Coro had to back off to ensure that he did not get a restart violation. Has already had a warning, so that put him back there, and he's going to be in 3rd position now, trying to battle the 88 for 3rd.
Yeah, I mean, he thought that the 90 was going to go then, and then he just didn't, so he had to let off, and right as he let off, the 90 just went, and then that just made him have a horrible start.
And that's exactly what you want to do as the 90, as the control truck, is you want to catch that second row in a vulnerable position. And he did, as the 20 gets in there hard under the 8 truck. Looks like he got a little loose, able to save it.
One thing real quick that I want to point out, the 20 did take a fast repair, so he is going to try to get back into the lead now, so he'll be up to speed. But he did almost take out the 8 of Robert Henrada, who he just interviewed.
Yeah, and he was able to get by, and you see the wording on the side of that truck, so we'll see who he thinks is that, and if it happens again. So already seen him ship the 10 and the 998, so not sure if that's because that's what he thinks of those guys, or if that's just something that's written on the truck.
Oh, and the 998's around again, and it's the 99, and they have been at it. This is the 2nd time they've been at it, and I don't think the 998 is happy with them.
Yeah, no, and we've got some altercation on the radio here. Neither one of these guys are happy, so we're still under green, so let's take a look. Yeah, the 99 I don't know if the 99 was there, and the 998 didn't know it, or let's take another look in slow motion from a different angle.
If we can look at the 99's cockpit view, then that will show everything if that's intentional.
Yeah, let's look at it here real quick. So he comes from deep. I mean, that is a dive bomb.
That is a dive bomb right there.
I mean, he was 2 car lengths back, and he gets on the curb, then runs him over, and then cleans him out.
Yeah.
And then takes off again. So definitely some hurt feelings on the radio, and it's understandable. So then he runs into him again, waits till he starts going, and then hits him again. So
yeah,
I can understand the 998 not being happy there. And, these guys aren't going to get away from each other.
Yeah, we could expect some Denny Hamlin, Alex Bowman, Denny Hamlin, Chase Elliott action happening here within the next few laps whenever they catch up with each other. One of them's going to send the other one. Yeah, Chase Elliott, Kevin Harvick as well. It was it's a lot of hard feelings here when it comes to this kind of track. As I said, it's a short track. 20 just takes the lead. It's a short track, short patience.
Yeah,
20 gets back in the lead after passing the 90, and he already has a major gap.
Yeah, I mean, he's running a half a second faster than the rest of these guys, over a half second faster than the rest of the field, so I expect him to try to run away and hide here. Nobody really, the 998 has been able to match his lap times just from what I'm watching, but he is significantly damaged and trapped a lap down. The 33 was another one that's driven through the field. He's 3 laps down after coming on pit road and getting some repairs, getting a fast repair, and coming back out. Looks like the 8's on pit road, coming off pit road just now. Or it looked like he did on the track map, or now he's coming back down pit road, so not sure what happened with the 8. Maybe forgot to check that fast repair. Or no, this is his first time on pit road, so gonna lose a couple laps here. Not sure why he's coming down. He should have plenty of fuel. He's only gone 22 laps, yeah. So
it could be to repair some damage. Because I mean, you can see he has damage on that right side.
As there's a crash on the track. I just saw the 90 go around.
The 9? Oh yeah, the 90. It looks like Robert Hanratter's just gonna normally pit here.
It looked like the 88 may have been the one that was under him, unless it was a lap truck. Yeah, the 88, Nick Burlow, gets in there hot. He wheel hopped, slid up the track, and the 90 was there. So he drove. Yeah. So
that was Alex Bowman on Denny Hamlin right there.
Yeah, and
into the marbles and everything.
Yeah, unfortunately, he's going to get it spun around here. So let's see if we can. Should we talk to him now, or should we wait to let him cool out? Oh, he's in the group that I can't pull. So he's going to get off scot-free there.
Yeah.
Let's get Jesse Hedges. Jesse Hedges. Let's see. We've got Jesse Hedges in the booth, number 99 on the track on the broadcast, 33 in the point standings and everything. So, man, we've seen you through the race have a lot of speed. You're trapped 3 laps down here. You and the 998 have kind of run into each other a couple of times. Tell us what your strategy is here to try to get some laps back and maybe get back in contention.
I'm going to save as much fuel as possible on these caution laps since it's been an ongoing situation. I just used the rest of my tires, just filled up on fuel, so I'm going to wait it out and just save as much fuel and get the lucky dogs.
Absolutely. I heard Tim come on the radio after that last incident. Got anything to add or want to give your perspective on it?
I keep showing my nose. I keep going low and I show my nose. You know, I'm just showing him that I'm trying to pass him, obviously, and you know, I show my nose and he just keeps coming down on me, so I can't really do much when he comes down. So
all right, 10-4. Tell me what your team name is here so I can get you back in the right chat.
I'm in Andrew Miletta's team.
Okay, Miletta Motorsports. All right. Well, good luck the rest of the way. Hope it works out for you, bud.
Thanks.
All right, and there's the 33/99 Jesse coming up here to join us in the booth, Jesse Hedges. So you heard his take on it. He says he was showing the nose, and he may have showed the nose on many occasions before the one that we caught, but it sure looked like to us that maybe came from pretty far back, and the 998 wasn't expecting it there, guys.
Yeah, and an update on Robert. Robert Hanratta. He did just take a normal pit. Robert Hanratta took a normal pit stop there, did not park it. Oh, he's actually back into the pits.
And he probably didn't take tires.
No, he did take tires. I saw the jack motion of the car going up.
Well, he actually did some damage repair. He did not take a fast repair he was in there for 71 seconds. So
I'm guessing he's just going to try to finish it off or park it at this time.
Yeah, I would say he probably was going to finish it off. Robert's not the kind of guy that's just going to quit out of frustration usually. I mean, if he's got a total truck, his pace truck is off, and we're coming back to green here.
I want to mention this
hold on
right
one
now.
Second. So, looks like green flag is out, and the 20 is back out front. Ed Hauck in the 7 going to be in second position, gets a good restart, going to hold that position over Patrick Coro, and there's a reason these guys are in the chase, as the 10 is also up here. These guys struggled most of the race, but here late, when it counts, when the points are on the line and the pay window's open. As the 5 gets hooked, and he's going to take the 33 with him.
All right, Brody, what were you trying to say again?
So the thing that I want to mention about Robert Hanrada, one thing with iRacing, whenever you can tell, whenever they hold the escape key and go into the replay, the driver disappears from the car, and that is what I noticed in the 8 trucks. So that means that Robert Hanrada is not in the truck anymore.
Yeah, so
Oh,
he could just be
yeah,
waiting
you
for
can see
damage
there,
or
and-
calling it quits.
Yeah.
And he has disappeared from the track map. Oh no, he's not. He's still there.
Yeah,
so
he's still there.
he has not disconnected, nor has the 128 disconnected. So both of these guys have teammates out here, so they
Perhaps
could
being
be.
spotters.
Yeah, they could be
Yeah,
being
perhaps being
spotters out
spotters.
here as well. So yeah, it looked like the 10 or that's the 5, I guess. I didn't see who hooked him.
14.
14
14
hooked
got into him there. So maybe an incident where Brian wasn't sure that he was out there yet, and unfortunately he probably has one of those fast repairs left, as we got 2 of them. So coming down to the
Oh,
wire,
yeah,
these guys have gotten pretty sloppy here at the end, but overall they had that long green flag run to end the first stage, and then after that everybody threw in the towel, and they haven't even realized they've only run about 100 laps, 110 laps since that time. And we have had several cautions out here. We've had a total of 15 cautions for 54 laps. So we are quickly turning into the real truck series. You know, they had something like 15 cautions for 100 laps during a 200 lap race at Martinsville. So we are on par for the real truck series here at Martinsville. So fortunately or unfortunately for these guys, they have multiple fast repairs and are able to get back out there. But chances are you're going to get back out there with 15 cautions. That means there's been at least 15 crashes, and there's been a couple that haven't caused cautions. So you got a pretty high chance, unless you're Marquise Smith out front, of getting crashed again. So hopefully we'll make it a few more laps this time, but the aggression has certainly picked up, Brody. What have you seen?
Yeah, I've seen the aggression is definitely increasing now as it's coming towards the end of the race. People just want to finish near the front or win the race, and like if you're someone that's been in second place all day, you know, you got to be kind of mad that the guy in first place is just ahead of you by a long shot. But one thing that I want to mention with the 33, or shown on track as the 99, he's been unlucky again. He got involved in another incident, and I'm pretty sure he does not have any more fast repairs. And with that spin out that he had whenever he got hit, he doesn't have any tires left either, so that could have just used up his tires and put a serious amount of damage on his car that he can't fix.
Yeah, absolutely. And one thing on Marquise Smith, you know, he's got almost a 4,000 I rating. The next closest guy is Nick Burlow, and Robert Hanrada at 2,500. So, you know, he's at least 1,500 more than those guys, and it shows out here. So he's going through turns 3 and 4 as the pace truck is off. We're coming around, and we're going to have 55 laps to go as we cross the line here. And Marquise gets a great start once again. Let's jump back and watch the battle for second play out as Ed Hauck is able to get through into second place. Patrick Coro in third. Gonna slip by the 77 of John Timms, who's had his share of incidents this race as well, but running strong there in fourth place. It looks like the 10 is out in fifth place, so he's doing good. Had a struggle going through, and Allen. It sounds like we've got a comment from one of the playoff drivers saying that, you know, this is a product of letting random drivers join for the playoffs. So obviously not happy that random drivers get to join and cause potentially some issues. I'm not sure who he's referring to there, as we've only, you know, been able to, probably the 20, I would say, because he's the only one I don't really see on the leaderboard as far as points go. Let's see if I see him. I thought I saw him a couple times. Yes, this is only his second start. So he's got 1 start, 1 win, looks like. Yeah, so John Timms and Carlos Ramos are also new, but I get his frustration, especially being taken out by a guy like that when running in the playoffs or the chase or whatever they want to call it. And but at the same time, you got to have drivers on the track, and without those 3 drivers on the track, we've had 11 trucks out here now. I understand completely the frustration and the pain and the heartache that comes with, especially when a guy joins and is, leading by a quarter of the track in 5 laps after a restart. So I don't know, Brody, what do you think about it?
Personally, I somewhat do agree with this. I don't think that it's the right move to, have new people come in, especially during the chase and everything. Yeah, right at the start of the playoffs and everything. I understand, if they're trying to fill up the field and everything, but it's just sometimes not right, especially if someone that you add in is someone that that wins by a long shot, and there's people that are trying to win that are in the chase, but they simply can't do that because they got the league adding
2,000 more I rating. But
yeah,
the guy Marquise, his argument would be, beat me. If you don't want me here, beat me, or or get better. Actually, is probably what he would say. Get better. That's what one of my teammates always says when people complain that he wins a lot in the league races, and that's his comeback is get better, man. I can't help that I'm better than you. You got room for improvement. I'm not the greatest. I get beat all the time in officials, so but my comeback to him, because I've heard that, is I'm sorry, I don't have all day to play games. And, so at the same time, a lot can be said for both of those arguments, and there's a lot of people on both sides, I would imagine, as the 77 wheel hops into the corner, is able to get off the brakes and save it, though. But we've seen that wheel hop a lot this race, as we're down to 34 laps to go with the 20 out front with a 4-second lead over Ed Hauck and Patrick Coro. And the 10 truck still trying to get around. He's falling back a little bit, and the 77 is slipping and sliding all over the place. But you see the 10, he's got Nick Burlow behind him. He's going to try to get around him, but not quite there yet. And the 90, right in the middle of these guys, doing a good job, has had some incidents. But I just want to point out, look at that 88 machine. He got involved in one of those wrecks, but all the fenders are straight there. He's bounced off the curb a couple times, but that doesn't cause damage. So
I think
as the 90's under the 91 right now, going to make the pass for 3rd position as we hop up to the leader, Marquise Smith, and run through the field with 31 laps to go in this race. Obviously, Marquise Smith in the 20 has been out front most of the race. He's led the most laps, obviously, in this race, but has not been without controversy. He has been in a couple incidents where he's been crashed, and he's also crashed other people. You look at the Cody Beatty in the 1 truck who is out of the race. You look at the 998 is the 90. I'm sorry, I just saw the 90 get way out of shape. Thought he was going to go around, but was able to lock it down and save it. So back up to 2nd place here under fire. The 88 gets loose. He locks him up, trying to go for 2nd place. Not able to get there, but let everybody go by as the caution's out. And I just commented on how well he had kept that truck clean. So broadcaster's curse. I apologize, 88. See the 998 up here as well.
Spot. Same exact spot that everyone spun out. That's the 4th time someone spun out at that part of the track.
Yeah, it looks like got into the 92.
All right, let's go through the rest of the field now as we're under caution.
I thought the 90 was going to go back in front of him there, so that's how the 998 got damaged. No, he got... No, Yeah, he got hit by the 90. Yeah, because he went back up. I thought, yeah,
'Cause,
the track was cleared, but
The 90 tried to spin back around, but didn't know the 98 was there.
yeah, he probably expects him just to lock it down there and hold the brake. But I'm
Right.
still trying to save that truck, but yeah, just overcorrected just a little bit.
All right,
And that
now
is going to
let's-
bring out the final caution. So here it is, or not the final caution, but give an opportunity for the final brakes. Get the final brakes of the race as you're going to come down pit road and probably strap on that last set of tires if you have them. Now, a couple of those drivers probably have used them already, but that's going to, the 88 is going to do it. And so we're got 26 laps to go here and under caution, working our 16th caution, and we're going to take a break. We'll go side by side. You're not going to miss any of the caution action here. We'll be right back.
This presentation is brought to you by the Electronic Motor Racing Network. We are a for-hire broadcaster. If you would like us to stream your league, contact DayPaulB661 on Discord, member number 1015. Thank you, and enjoy the race.
And welcome back to the Electronic Motor Racing Network, broadcasting the ASMR Truck Series. As the pace truck is off and the field is back under green, Marquise Smith takes off in the lead again. No surprise here as the 7's going to drop down into... No, he's not able to get clear the 10 just yet, does it now, and the 10's going to fall back to third position.
Oh, crash!
Another one. Wow. I was just getting ready to say that the 7 dove down onto the inside lane before he crossed the line, so that might be a lane change violation. But the 91 and the 77, from what it showed on the track map, are both involved in that incident. So let's look back and see what happened there. Oh, hit the 5 and then just went down. And the 90. The 90.
The 7 changed lanes before the start. You're right. Go back a little further.
If you go back to the restart, you can see that the 7
No, go back one more.
of Ed Hauck just completely changed
All right, now you're
lanes.
gonna have to fast forward. Go back a little more. There you go, right there.
There.
Oh, I think he got wheel spin, but that's still.
Oh,
he got.
yeah,
He
he
spun the tires, but
Yeah,
still,
spun his
that
tires.
should be a lane change violation, in my opinion.
Yeah.
Because
I mean,
that
with-
killed the 91 there, and ultimately it caused this crash.
With the
998,
way how
90, 88 all got involved. That's
Yeah.
3 playoff contenders right there.
3 playoff contenders all involved in that incident there. But one thing I want to point out about the 7 lane changing, ASMR's been handing out lane change violations like candy from whenever I was racing here. So pretty much, I would not be surprised if Ed Hauck, even though he did spin his tires, I'm not going to be surprised if he does get a lane change violation.
Yeah, and I have not heard anything on the radio about it, so there's potential. They say it's because of wheel spin, so I don't know, but yeah, it looks like Carlos Ramos in the 90, Nick Burlow, the 77 of John Timms, all on pit road here.
88.
All grayed out, which means they have gotten out of their truck momentarily, taking a look at the replay or hanging it up for the night. As you see the 88 sitting there, the 91 just went by a little while ago, took his fast repair, so he's going to give her all she's got for the final 19 laps. Gonna get all the points he can. You know, there's only 7 trucks in this race on the lead lap still, so gonna be trying to move through and probably 6 of those 7 or 6 of those 5 of those 6 in front of him probably have significant damage. So the only one that doesn't, of course, is the man on your screen, the 20 of Marquise Smith, who has ran away with this race here. Every time we get a restart, there's only been one time where somebody was able to hold on the outside of him, and then he was able to clear them off the corner. So obviously some tricks in these trucks that these guys can learn from the 20 if he's willing to give them some tips and tricks of how to get around Martinsville. But right now he's got basically 16, 17, 18 laps left, 18 laps left before he's going to collect that checkered flag. Not going to give any tips until that time.
For interrupting you here, but the 77 of John, as we go green,
The
with
green
another
flag back out here as Marquise gets good in the 7, chops the 10, and gets himself spun out. The 5 nowhere to go, and again the caution comes out. I mean,
I am really
at this
sorry
rate,
for
the final 17 laps are going to take about an hour.
Yeah, I'm really
So,
sorry
but
for
these
interrupting
guys-
you there, Jesse.
they're
But
really good.
the 77 of John Timms is officially out of the race, and Nicholas Burlow is still pitting, and
Yes, he
the
just rolls
90
off.
is also out.
Yeah, the 88 just came out of pit road, so gonna still try. He's got points to collect. You know, this wrecking is not over.
Yeah. Now there are only 10 people racing because the 90 of Carlos Ramos has disconnected.
Let's go back to the crash here of the 10 and get on board with him and see what happened here. You see, he came from pretty far back, and that's, I mean, it's hard to say if the 7...
It looked like the 7 dove down like really early. Or just, right there. Or just went down really fast.
Oh my gosh, go on board with the 10 there. It looks like it's actually netcode. Or I was on board with the 5 actually, and you can see it really well. Oops. Yeah, let's go back to Tarnowski and watch that replay real quick. Yeah, look at here. Go on in his cockpit here, so you can see the whole thing. Oh, I guess I saw it on the out of the corner of my truck. Couldn't really see it on your screen there, but yeah, there was a foot between those trucks when that contact occurred. So, unfortunate for the 7. Doesn't matter to race control. Chris Bates in the 10 was given an EOL for that. So gonna put him at the tail end of the field behind even the lap down trucks, but no consolation to Ed Hauck. So Ed's a lap down now, so he's not going to gain any more positions, but there's probably going to be more cautions where he can get that lap back and work his way back up, but gets wrecked out of second place. Going to be a lot of frustration. The 10's defense says, I didn't make contact. There was nothing there and didn't get any incident points. Race control. That's not how we do it here. We base it off on-track incidents, and to us that looked like an incident, and so you're going to the back, buddy. And no arguing with race control because it does you no good, and you're still going to get sent to the back regardless, right? So we've got Coming around 1 to green. See if the 20 gets a good start. It's going to have Brian Tarnowski on his outside this time. As we are coming through 3 and 4, pace truck is off. Tarnowski was down 3 laps at one point in this race, has made his way back. That is how many cautions we've had. We are back underway. The 20 gets out there. Tarnowski gets into the corner, doing a great job. The 91 up the track a little bit, and just behind him is the 998 of Tim Wilkins, as he's going to be under fire from that 14 of Nick Albright, and almost gets into him, but 10 laps to go here. Ed Hauck going to try to get through.
Wow.
And that is a yard sale there. I don't know what he was trying to do. I think he was maybe trying to get the 10 truck, but not sure. So maybe missed the brake pedal. Just to remind you, Ed, it's the one on the left.
But it's on the wrong pedal.
Yeah, the middle one. Yeah, one in the middle for you. And so looks like, well, maybe that's why he missed it. He thought it was the one on the left, like me. So that is the clutch for anybody who does not watch racing. And the 998 is slowing down here, letting everybody by. And wouldn't it be something if Brian Tarnowski in the 5 truck comes from 3 laps down and finishes on the podium? So lots of bumping trying to move him. We've obviously seen he's not had the pace the other guys have, but that they're still going to have to get around him. And you see Coro lay the bumper to him and try to get around him, not able to do it. And so Coro bumps him, lets off the gas, gets bumped by the 14. The 14 lets off and then gets passed by the 10. So unfortunate for him, but Chris Bates coming back to the front, trying to, with only 6 laps to go here in this race, as the leader is working his way through 3 and 4. These guys all under a blanket trying to get by the 5 here, as Coro has caught back up. We'll keep you up to date on anything that happens at the front, as Coro's looking to the inside again. He is next to the 5, not going to make it happen. Brian does not cut him any brakes, even though he's in the chase here. You can see just how tight Brian is, though. You saw how those wheels were cranked from that shot. I mean, his tires are shot as the 91 is going to skip it. Oh, no!
Oh, no.
Oh, my goodness.
14 involved with that as well. And Brian Tarnowski goes around.
I think he got wheel lockup, but I think he had enough. He said, I am way faster than you, and I am just going to move you out of the way. And when he did it, he wrecked himself.
I'm pretty sure the 14 used all of his fast repairs, so I am 90% sure that the 14 is done with this race. Yeah, about 15 minutes worth of damage right there, and if he does not have a fast repair, then that's just something that he needs to park.
Yeah, you see all the bumping and banging going on, and then right here, I think Coro in the 91, I don't know that he did send it. I think he got high, he entered higher than normal, trying to run the 5 up the track, and it looked like maybe Brian had just turned in. So you're going to see he's there here. He gets a little loose, loses some ground, but off the corner. I mean, Brian's wheels are just cranked. I wouldn't be surprised if he's turning that wheel halfway around. And then right here, he just turns into the corner too soon.
Yeah. I mean, Coro almost saved it there, but he was turning the wheel too much right and then just went straight up into the wall.
Yeah, I mean, if you want to go on board Brian on one of these corners, I mean, I saw in that last camera shot that we had in one of the corners that, I mean, his wheel, in the cockpit, look how much that wheel's cranked. I mean, that is fully around.
He's turning that wheel completely around.
He's turning that wheel 180 degrees.
Yeah, look at that.
And that's why he's so much slower than everybody else. And I know he's going to say my tires are worn, but when your tires are worn, you still cannot get even close to that. Definitely hard. Look how much, for reference, Coro, look how much he's turning. They have the same lap tires on. So, wow, just tough. No, I'm sorry, Coro's got about half the laps, but still, Marquise has run 74 laps, and if we go on board with him, I bet his wheel is not even close to that. So we'll get that for reference on this restart maybe as we're coming around. We've got 3 to go, so this is going to be a green-white checkered.
And I can only imagine what that's going to look like here. So we've got these guys have done a great job in stage one, and then after that we've had chaos right after the other. Currently on our 19th caution with 76 laps of caution laps and counting. So about almost half of this race has been cautions. So some of these guys in the back are pretty frustrated. I heard one driver come on the radio and say, "What is going on?" So it's just a lot going on here, and we now have 5 drivers on the lead lap, 7 drivers on the track as the 7 of Ed Hauck is out of his truck. The 88 also out of his truck at the moment, but they're both on pit road getting damage repaired. As I see their pit timers going, looks like the 88's rolling again. He just got the lucky dog, so doesn't want to lose another lap. Well, he got a lucky dog, but he's 4 laps down, so I'm not sure what happened there. As we've got the pace car off the track, getting ready for this restart once again. And, for by far.
The one
and so he's gonna,
race.
Yeah, 2 laps to go as the green flag comes out, and the battle's going to be behind him. And the 5 of Brian Tarnowski is in front with all of these drivers behind having fresher tires. But he is not going to get there, as it looks like the 99 is going to try to get past here for position. The 998 right there behind him. And that is not for position. The 99 is a couple laps down, 2 laps down now. Going to work past him, no problem, once he gets underneath him. And the 998 is the next driver to work past for position. Oh, man. And that was the checkered flag for Marquis Smith. I did a poor job of that, so I apologize. I got caught up in the action back there, and these laps go very quickly. So congratulations to Marquis Smith on that victory. We will get him up here as looks like the 10 of Chris Bates comes in second. Brian Tarnowski third. The 998 in fifth of Tim Wilken. So, and then 14. The 14 is going to be in fifth position of Doug Wright, and then Jesse Hedges in sixth. Patrick Coro 7th. Nicholas Perlo 8th. And Carlos Ramos rounds out the top 10 without finishing the final 24 laps of the race. Well, let's see if we can't get some drivers in here. Go ahead, buddy.
One thing our producer just mentioned, this is Brian Tarnowski's first interview. So that's going to be interesting. He has never finished in the top 3 this season. So that's...
Now, not just in this season, in his career previous in league races at least. So we're going to have to... Yeah, let's see if we can't get a couple of these guys in here. I'm not able to pull the winner. So let's get... Alan, if you want to send a chat to the group to have Marquise join the driver chat or the green room, that would be amazing. And then we will let him. Well, actually, I don't think he can. We might just hop down to the green room to him and get that interview. Let's get the 10 of Chris Bates up here in the interview. Chris, man, you finished off in second place, got that podium finish, but
Chris Bates does not do interviews.
Oh, he does not do interviews, so we will get him out of here. I did not know that. So we will put him back down into someone else's chat, and
Marquis Smith is in the green room, so we were able to pull him in.
Yeah, so Alan, if you want to jump down to the green room with me, and we will get that interview.
I can move him up.
Okay, let's move him up here.
There. Oh, I broke my internet.
All right,
Boy,
and
it
we got
locked up there for a
Marquise
second.
Smith up in the booth with us. Marquise, you kind of ran away and hid there for the first stage, and then you were able to do the same, even though we had 19 cautions. Man, tell us about that race.
You know, I walked through the door about, I think, 20 minutes before practice ended and didn't get much practice. I was kind of surprised that I did so well. But, I mean, the green runs were great. It was nice to get some green runs out of Martinsville race. I feel like that's kind of rare. But I did surprisingly well on my tire wear, too. I think after that first stage, my reference was only at like 95. So, I mean, I made a last-second decision about my steering ratio as well. So I think that's what kind of helped me out there.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, you did awesome in that first stage, and you were running away from the field, and then you got involved in a couple incidents trying to drive back up through the field after you got turned yourself and ended up in the back. What happened on some of those? You know, you were trying to pass those chase drivers, and it looked like you just maybe got in a little hot and got a little loose, or what happened from your end?
Yeah, the tin had stayed out on tires. I think they were playing a strategy, and I guess I'd just been pretty good on restarts all day, and then I felt like I was just kind of out braking everyone on into the corner and through the middle. So I think I just kind of underestimated how drastic the tire difference would be. I knew he was on old tires, so I broke super, super early, but I guess it just wasn't early enough, and I feel really bad about getting into him, so I feel like it kind of blew up the strategy there, and I don't want to ruin anything for a playoff driver.
Yeah, for sure. Well, he was able to bounce back, ended up P2 with all the help from cautions and stuff. So definitely was probably hot in the moment. And then after that, you had the 998 of Tim Wilkins coming flying around the outside, ended up being on your outside after the caution was out, and you guys made contact. Was there something you could have done different there, or were you just not expecting him out there? What happened with that?
To be honest, it kind of scared the hell out of me. Like, we all checked up and thought, okay, that's done. We'll just kind of roll out of it so more people don't pile in, and came hauling around the outside. And I was already kind of committed to drifting up a little bit there, and that was just kind of unfortunate timing, I feel like.
Yeah, absolutely. He was able to bounce back with a fourth place finish. So again, probably frustrated, but able to pull it off, with staying on the lead lap. You got a top 5 tonight. So you did awesome, man. You got a lot of green flag there in the early stages, and then was able to hold on to it for all of the restarts. So congratulations. And is there anybody out there you want to thank before we let you go?
Just the admins for putting on the league, letting me and the MPN guys come in and run with you guys. Paradise Pet Resorts on the truck, Elite Performance Industries, Race Cows, MPN, obviously the team I'm on, and shipadick.com. If you want to run a good practical joke on your buddies, they got a pretty awesome site, and it's pretty affordable to do some fun stuff.
All right. We were wondering what that meant on the side of your truck. Didn't know if you had pushed that onto there for this race specifically for some guys that you were thinking about the race about, or if that was an actual company. So good to know. We'll check them out.
Yeah, no, they're a great company. They got a good sense of humor.
All right, absolutely. Well, good luck next week, buddy, and we'll see you then.
Yep, thank you.
All right, and now we've got Mr. Tarnowski.
How's it
and
going?
we'll get him up into... Oh, somebody already did. So, Brian, man, you got a podium. Congratulations.
Yeah, well, first thing I want to say right away is I apologize to 91. I just watched the replay there at the end, and I didn't realize it came down into him. I was just trying to race him hard there on the outside, and I dipped him a little bit and spun him. So that's all on me, man.
I'm sure he appreciates the apology. He was able to come back, get a 7th place finish after that one. Yeah, you were holding on there in 2nd place. You're fighting your hardest there to keep those guys behind you. We went on board with you and saw how much you were turning that wheel, just chewing up a lot of the tires there. Is that something that you've tried to work on getting better as you've gotten more practice and able to run with these guys more, or is tire wear just something that you were struggling with here at Martinsville?
No, actually, when I changed the one set out, I think I still had like 95 on them. So yeah, I was conserving tires pretty good. I knew I had fresher tires because I think second to last caution, I think, with like 20 to go or 25 to go, I put my last set on, so I figured might as well use them if I'm going to have them. And then a lot of the steering though was with the front end damage that I had. It wasn't tracking right at that point.
Yeah, you had a lot of damage. You were able to save some fast repairs at the beginning when you got in those incidents at the beginning of the race, but at the end, did you have anything left you could have done, or is that damage you had just from that last incident you had with the 91?
Yeah, that was pretty much all I had. I figured I was going to end up behind the 998, but it looked like he spun his tires on the restart, so I took the inside and outbraked them going into one, and that was that. I got kind of lucky there and gave me a little bump, but kept it out of the wall at least, and away we went.
Absolutely. Well, you did a good job getting your first podium. Congratulations on that, bud, at least in ASMR. So congratulations. We wish you and your family all the best. Obviously, we're thinking and praying for you and Stacy. So congratulations on this. I'm sure it's going to put a big smile on her face as well.
Oh yeah, definitely. And one thing, I don't know if you guys definitely noticed, I have pink on the truck this week, or purple, I mean.
Mm-hmm.
Found out 2 weeks ago my aunt was diagnosed with
Alzheimer's?
No, pancreatic cancer.
Okay.
I think that's the purple. And on the side of the truck tonight, I had racing for my Aunt Bella. So got Stacy's permission, but appreciate that with Stace. She's hanging in there. She's a fighter, man. We got a couple new things coming out. They're going to try a new treatment, try to see if we can kill some more of this crap. But yeah, she's a fighter, and I know she was watching tonight. So
absolutely, buddy. Well, congratulations on the finish. You got anybody you want to thank?
Obviously you guys, because it's fun to watch after, and it's fun to listen to you guys, and and like I said, it's. I really apologize. I'm going to apologize to 91 up and down. Probably have to buy him some ice cream after that one, So hopefully we're good tomorrow morning.
I think you and Ed had a few collisions as well. You might want to buy your teammate some ice cream too.
Oh, every time he spun, it seemed like I was there, and I bumped into him or did something. So, Ed paints them so he can wreck his paint. I figure that's the way it works.
All right, 10-4, Brian. Well, we appreciate it. Congratulations, and hope you enjoyed the broadcast when you go back to look at it.
Oh, definitely. Appreciate it, and have a good one, guys.
All right, we'll talk to you later. All right, Brian Tarnowski, your third place finisher. So, Alan, wrap this up, put a bow on it for us, man. What is this race? What'd you take away?
Well, it was a pretty insane race. It was... Honestly, it was a little bit of a mess there at the end. Pretty much a crash fest, and tore up a lot of really good race cars. I know there were a couple of guys. Jake Anderson wasn't happy there early on. Brendan wasn't happy. I think he's actually done. He's out of the league for good now. Robert, I know he wasn't happy. All of those guys that went out early, they probably feel like they wasted almost an hour of their time. So,
well, yeah, but it is Martinsville, so we've got to keep that in mind. A lot of people in their race on the hook. Yeah,
a lot of emotions are gonna happen at this short track. It's just kind of the nature of the beast. But yeah, it was intense.
Yeah, it absolutely was. So we're going to be going next week. So rejoin us on the Electronic Motor Racing Network next week. You'll see these emotions carry over for these drivers. And we just want to thank the ASMR team, the ASMR admin, and all of their drivers for allowing us to come in late to their season and to broadcast the remainder of their season. So we'll be right here next week for their final race. We're going to crown a champion. And congratulations to Marquis Smith, Chris Bates, Brian Tarnowski on their podium finishes. My name's Jesse Rathman, Alan Bledsoe, our producer, and thanks to Brody for joining us in the booth. We will see you all next weekend on the Electronic Motor Racing Network.